So today on Disco Elysium, once again, I don't remember exactly what we're doing. I think we're going into the Whirling in Rags again to talk to like the cryptozoologist and potentially maybe do other things too. Because like we tracked all the guys' traps for the phasmid. Right, and every conversation in this game takes up basically a full like episode, so... Oh, I had a thought for just one moment.
The theme on that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme, used on everything from pinball cabinets to full-flavor cigarettes.
But what does that entail?
Clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals. Basically, imagine a yellow plastic crown with a liquor brand emblazoned on it.
Yeah,
the contemporary period stands still. The fated carousel of progress that doomed the royalists is itself winding down. Our time is decelerating into what? No one knows.
I'm not too interested in casting out homosexuals. Let's talk to
It's
these
great
two.
to see you again, officer. My wife can't wait to thank you. Go on, talk to her.
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you. Here, I want to give you a small token of my gratitude. It's a tie, Mexican origin. The pin is an antique, quite special.
It sounds like it's really nice, but unless it shouts obscenities at me, I can't really afford to wear it.
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull with 8 eyes. You could ask her about this when you get the time. It's probably a cryptid, but the phasmid, of course, is more important.
Of course, you got them about the
You
phasmid.
don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings.
Ramblings? Nonsense. Your description of the phasmid is the most precise I've ever heard.
But darling, I didn't even get the size of it right.
You were a child, my dear. Really. It's extraordinary what you were able to describe. Now go on. Tell our friend about it. He's proven his interest in the field.
I mainly just want to prove that I want to tell them about the traps, but
the Lieutenant Redis is familiar
I gotta go through this, I guess, first.
It was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. When, all of a sudden... I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 5 and a half in Betancourt in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there.
You can't hear me making any weird noises.
Real memories, not the billowy haze of infanthood.
I don't know when it normally comes in, but I did not start making memories at 5 and a half. I kind of still haven't started forming memories.
But bombed in the war. It used to be quite near, circa 20 kilometers from here.
The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. I've never seen anything like it. I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds. I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there knee-deep in mud, looking around me.
Where did you go? Don't go.
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. That sort of thing. Of course, Most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morel.
We were on a date. Can you imagine? She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed report of the Insulindian phasmid I've ever heard. The sounds. She told me it hissed.
So that's how they met. This is beyond significant for them.
It did, yes. Like reeds in a gust of wind.
The way it moved, the colour, how some of its limbs were white, like marble. It matched perfectly with what I know from other accounts. It was amazing. If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that she restored my faith in my profession.
Our first, yes.
Not all of them. There is some white coloration reported, along with beige, where the camouflage ends.
It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's probably not the case.
I don't want to, like,
I thought it
break
was a
her
wonderful
hope.
story.
Kim's trying to be diplomatic.
A child left unattended on a warm day. Children make up stories and then end up believing them.
It's cool how every once in a while I can just, like, read Kim's mind.
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just such an impossibly sunshiny day. So warm.
And she could get up and walk right into the reeds on her own. Into the mud. Anyway.
Are you gonna, can we tell him about the traps
Nothing
now?
like the gratitude of a good woman. Now then, what can I do for you?
He tries to play it cool, remain professorial, but inside, this man is itching for some news on those traps.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay. And? Completely empty?
No locusts? No phasmid either?
That's not ideal, but
It just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
I mean, that is a possibility.
Of course, more clever.
You're dealing with a subject near and dear to their hearts. It might behoove you to tread lightly.
I thought it was behoove, not
yes,
behove.
the Phantasmadeia picked off the locust and escaped. This is good news, though we'll have to reconsider the design of the traps, make them more secure.
Another trip to the reeds.
Gary, where are you? Like, I don't see you anywhere here.
Of course, be sarcastic. Unless you have an alternative hypothesis you'd like to venture, mine stands, okay? Actually,
I wasn't.
no. Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us
Oh,
twice
I got a breakthrough.
and brought some great news too. My gratitude and the gratitude of the Société Cryptozoologique de Ravachol is yours.
Good French, buddy. Nothing like talking about fake bugs to get your brain going.
Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like closure? What really happened?
Thank you, it's an honor. We should probably return to our main investigation here. This has been refreshing, but
Helping cryptozoologists isn't really a priority for our organization, is it? The lieutenant looks out the window, impatiently.
And 97%?
Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed, as though shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person.
Mm-hmm.
Hands small enough to fit inside the trap, too.
I get what you're getting
You
at,
should
buddy.
ask the red-headed boy, Kuno.
Mm-hmm.
A little hooligan. But what would a child want with bugs?
Oh, my dear Morel, you've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects almost as much as they love to torment old folks.
Those are the two personality traits of all children, yes.
delinquents, my favorite.
Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please let us know whatever you turn up. I have a feeling we're getting so close.
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play suzerainty, but no more field trips for me.
After this is your last chance to talk to Gary.
Okay,
Really, Gary?
I guess.
We're getting somewhere here.
I'd love to
I'd
talk
love to
to
play
Gary.
suzerainty, but
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they'll steal it, even if it's bugs.
Or armor.
Well, it's been fun, really. But I need a bath, and I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is done, I gotta run.
No need to apologise, Geary. You'd be more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on that game of suzerainty today, though. We're gonna follow this through.
He keeps the language unemotional, but it's in there. Disappointment.
Alright, there is more to talk about here, but I can have a breakthrough and then tomorrow we'll finish up
Detective Cousteau.
the rest of this.
Monsieur Cousteau, the reward for coming up with your classy new name has arrived. What are the attributes Detective Cousteau should gain in? Obviously, savoir-faire and esprit de corps. You know exactly what they do and what those words mean. They're refined, like you. You have a ton of that fancy stuff. And if the world can't accept Raphael Ambrosius is your name, you will always be Detective Cousteau to yourself. R.A. Cousteau, sophisticated culture detective, specializes in ancient things and art.
What bonuses do we get? Yeah, yeah, that checks out. I mean, they do make sense given like what the thought I just had is. What did I get? Oh, right, I got a fancy necktie, right? Oh, it does give me Inland Empire. So, is this tie gonna talk to me too? That'd be, because I could consider wearing it if it is going to. You know, that's a good benchmark to have on whether or not to wear a tie. So whether or not it's like an animate, whether or not you're hallucinating it to be a living thing. I know this is kind of a shorter video, but I feel like that is like one logical unit, one logical task we've completed there. Like finishing the bug things. Tomorrow, we're gonna talk to crypto-fascist Gary. And we're gonna do the other dialogue trees with Morel and his wife. Crypto-fascist is like a combination of two things you don't wanna hear. Right?